Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped, back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we've just hit level 30 of the KIZUNA clash against Sakazuki and Borsalino, and I wanted to showcase the teams that I have been using for the first 30 levels, as well as some very high damage teams for you guys to take on these particular stages against Sakazuki and Borsalino above level 30. So I do have two teams for each variation in this particular video. One of them is obviously obviously pay to win heavy, utilizing Sengoku, bringing Sengoku as a friend captain. And then the other one is actually just maximizing the amount of damage we can possibly do without any ticket boosters. So as we've hit level 30, we're going to jump. Alright, so the first variation is against the PSY variation, and this is the team that I have been using to sort of maximize the most amount of damage that I can possibly get, while still utilizing both Sengoku as a friend, as a sub, and bringing Kobe as well, just to maximize my ticket growth. Bringing those boosted units just helps out so much getting extra tickets, so if you can use them for as long as possible. Now, this team will just continuously be getting makeshifted as time goes on, instead of going to the team that you're going to see after this, but eventually you're going to have to sacrifice tickets for damage. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. Or you can actually run the easier ones, I guess. So this team uses Halloween Ace as captain. Halloween Ace is amazing because he can revert the special rollback, and because driven, shooters, and fighters get their cooldowns, Halloween Ace is just an amazing captain for this. So on stage 2 against Fuji, we're going to use the Kobe special. This free-to-play Kobe is very, very good against all the stages, especially in the early parts of them, as he can remove all the defects, basically. So he's going to remove Despair on this particular stage, and then we can use our Beach special here to give ourselves a 2x attack boost to our shooter and our driven units. Now, the only shooter and driven units we have on this particular team are Halloween Ace and Beach, but as you'll see, literally just with the two of them, we can just sort of like tear through our boy Fuji, and then move on to the next stage. Being the Big Father effect is going to help a lot on the final stage. After we kill Sakazuki and Borsalino, they're actually going to blow away one of our units, but utilizing the Big Father effect, we can actually get around that. So on the final stage against Sakazuki and Borsalino, they're going to roll our specials back by 2 turns, but with Halloween Ace as our captain, we don't have to worry about that. They're also going to give us a full board of negative orbs. So what we can do here is we can use our Halloween Ace special. He's going to give us a 2.5x attack boost to our entire squad, as we are running shooters and fighters. We can use my Sengoku, as my Sengoku actually has the Akainu support, the limited rare recruit KIZUNA Akainu. He's going to give us a 2.75 times chain multiplier. Then we can use our Robin special. She's going to give us 3 turns of color affinity, not only to our INT units, but also our strength units, which is very, very good, as we can actually easily we can actually get color affinity with our Sengoku units. So with this setup, we basically have a 2.5 times attack, a 2.25 times orb boost, we have a chain lock, and we have color affinity. Now, the thing with Beige is he isn't getting all of these buffs, especially from our friend Sengoku captain. So you do want to start with Beige first, and then you can attack with the rest of your units. Now, obviously, you do want to try and attack with Sengoku, and actually with the chain lock, it doesn't even matter. But the way we get around the resilience on this team is we are actually using the Nostra Costello, the one that actually you get from the Beach Forest. That does actually a 3% HP cut at the end of the turn. So we can actually get around the resilience that way. It's very, very handy. On the res, we still have color affinity. We still keep our orbs because of Robin. And then we can use our friend Sengoku to get another orb boost. And with that, we can just sort of tear our way through the HP that's left over, as they do res with like 20% HP. I think it's around 20%. So you can do some shenanigans with stuff like Garp or Kaido or Sugar, but you got to be careful that you meet the requirements for the Nostra Costello, otherwise you will lose a lot of attack. So the next team for the side variation is utilizing a double Katakuri team. Now, this team, or this variation, to be honest, is the one that is going to struggle the most, and this particular team, compared to the other two high damage teams, is going to struggle the most, mainly because of not only the resilience, but there's the blowaway mechanic as well as the revive. So you do need to take all that into consideration. Oh, shout out to the support. So again, these numbers are going to be skewed, unfortunately, as you'll see actually in some of the later teams. With the supports do help out quite a bit. That extra 1.1 is actually quite significant, but it's not really the end of the world if you do or don't get it. So on this particular team, we are running double Katakuri. We do have Tessero as our chain locker on this team. We do have Pudding, the Beige, and the Robin once again. On our Robin, we do have the free-to-play Straw Hat unit, mainly so we can actually get around the gloom that gets inflicted on this particular stage against Fuji. So against Fuji, he gives us that gloom. we can easily remove it with that support. And what we want to do here is we're going to use the special of Tessero to give us some matching orbs. But then we can use our Pudding special. Pudding can, like, stockpile a buff. So we're going to stockpile that 3.25 times chain lock. And then we can use the special of Beach to activate our Big Father effect. So not only do we get the super typings of Katakuri, but we can actually also proc his 5 times Captain Multiplier. Once we've done that, we basically can just, like, tear our way through Fuji here. He really doesn't stand too much of a chance with the 3.25 times chain lock and the 2 times attack for Beach. Especially with a 5 times captain, it just makes life very, very easy. On the final stage against Sakazuki and Borsalino, they put up that resilience. They give us normal attacks only, which sucks. They give us a full board of unfavorable orbs, and they roll our specials back. So on this particular stage, they do so much. But with the Nostra Costello, again, satisfying the requirements, we can get around the resilience. We can use our Pudding special to get around the special rollback and to give us that chain lock that we got from Tessero. We can use our Robin special. She's going to lock our orbs and give us 3 turns of color affinity. And then we can use my Katakuri special and my Katakuri super typing. The main reason we want to use my Katakuri for this particular stage is because I have the support of Halloween Law. The support of Halloween Law is going to give us a 1.75 times orb boost, but if you guys don't have him, you can always use someone like the V2 Dofi. V1 6 plus Dofi. He should give an orb boost, but I think he only does it if you rotate orbs. So you might need to, like, find a way to sort of bring maybe someone like Halloween Kid or something like that to utilize that effect, as he's only going to give Driven a buff, but with Halloween Law, you can just get a full int buff. But Halloween Kid's an amazing unit for this particular team, for this particular fight, as he can remove the special reroll back, as well as do the end of turn damage if you guys are missing the Nostra Costello. So with all those buffs, the 3.25 chain lock, the 1.75 times orb boost, the 2 times attack, 1.75 color affinity, 2 times conditional, we do have quite a bit of damage to take our boys Sakazuki and Akainu out. Sakazuki and Borsalino. But this team is eventually going to start struggling, as it just doesn't have the highest amount of damage output, because we do need to worry about the res. So normally on the res, they would blow away one of our units, but the Big Father stops that. But on the res, we still have color affinity, we do still have our matching orbs, and what we can do here is we can use the super typing and we can use the special of our friend Katakuri, and that way we can just maximize our damage on the res to make sure that we do take out Borsalino and Sakazuki nice and easily. Remember that Beach is boosted as well, so he is going to be doing significantly more damage than any other unit on this particular team. But as I mentioned, because of that res and the resilience and stuff, this team is going to find a little bit harder, or a lot harder, I should say, to get to some of the higher numbers and the higher levels that the strength team and the Psy team can do. Moving on to the next variation now, we're coming up against Sakazuki and Borsalino again, and they are a Dex unit. Now, this particular team was a lot easier to build for, as utilizing Snake Man just helps so much getting the attack boost and the orb boost in one particular unit. Once again, we do have Kobe and 2 Sengokus. We are bringing a friend Sengoku to get around, basically just to maximize. Oh, thanks, Devil King. Shout out to my one of our members, Devil King. Bringing 2 Sengokus and Kobe is just going to maximize that ticket growth significantly. Other units on this team is we do have the free-to-play Chopper that just came out. Hopefully you guys managed to pick him up, actually, because most people were missing the character. But hopefully you managed to pick him up because of the glitch. They're actually a very good unit, him and the Carrot. So hopefully everyone's got their hands on at least one copy of them, as they are fairly good and have been very, very good for this anniversary. We do have the Super Type Sabo for color affinity on this particular team as well, as obviously using the Sengoku and the Kobe once again. On our Snake Man, we are using Halloween Ace to remove the random bind that we get on the Garb stage. And then on this particular Garb stage, we can use our special of Chopper. Chopper is going to give us an attack boost and remove the damage reduction, which is very, very handy. Then we can use the friend Sengoku, and that way we can get an orb boost. Now, utilizing the friend Sengoku special here isn't really required, but it's not needed for anywhere else, so you may as well use it just to like make things a little bit quicker and tear through Garb's HP. On the final stage, again, Sakazuki and Borsalino, the Dex variation, they give you 99 turns of a 1.1 times attack boost, which is very annoying. They give us a full board of block orbs and 6 turns of attack down. That 6 turns of attack down is going to be really, really tricky to get around, but I do have a way to get around it without having Sengoku for you guys in the next clip. But with this particular team, we can easily remove the 1.1 times attack boost with Kobe. He removes all beneficial effects, which is great for the Dex variation. We can then use our Sengoku special to give us a full board of orbs, I was meant to use Snake Man first. Oh, you meant to use, yeah, my bad. Use Snake Man special first, that way you can get a 2.5 times orb boost, then use the Sengoku special. Utilizing my Sengoku special, or the Sengoku on your team, with the Akainu support can give you a chain lock, an orb boost, and give you a full board of orbs. And then you can use the super typing of Snake Man to get an attack boost. Then finally, you can finish it off with Sabo, and that way we have a 2 times color affinity for our strength units as well. Now, this whole team is built around fighters, which works very, very well, as Sengoku's giving us a 5 times captain. We're getting a 5 times captain with our Luffy, except for on our Kobe, but he's going to be the start of our chain multiplier. Now, with this team, you have a 2 times attack boost, 2.5 times orb, 2.75 times chain lock, and a 2 times color affinity boost. Like, there's really not going to be too many issues getting around the HP of Borsalino and Sakazuki until the very high stages. So, as you can see, like, this team does have, like, a good sort of almost 200 mil in it. So it shouldn't have too many issues moving forward, but the next team you're about to see, it can put out a lot more damage. So the next team against the Dex variation is utilizing a friend Odin with Luffy Sanji as our captain. And as you guys will see here, we do have a lot of very important supports. So we do have V1 Rayleigh, Neko Mimushi to remove binds. We have the free-to-play Diamante that came out with the Corrida Coliseum event. And then we have the limited rare recruit Vivi on our ace. Now, I don't know if the Vivi is essential. It definitely helps out against the Garb stage, but I don't know if it is required. I think the damage output is enough without her. So if you guys don't have her, once again, shout out to Devil King for the support. One of our members, man. Shout out to you, bro. Having the support of Vivi is just going to help us kill Garp, as we don't have a way to get around the damage reduction. So on the first turn, we do need to stall out for our Big Mom special. And on this particular stage, what we want to do is we actually want to farm for some orbs. So if you do get recovery orbs, obviously they are going to be matching. Switch into Sanji as well, because we do want to switch into our Luffy unit on the next stage against Garp to make those recovery orbs matching, as well as give ourselves another strength unit. So just single tap with all of your units. Make sure you can try and get some orbs. Obviously, Big Mom with her switch ability, she can guarantee herself an orb, so there is that. And we are going to be using the Odin super typing, so he's going to give himself a 1 orb. So don't be afraid to attack with Odin or Big Mom if you guys have orbs on your other units. Moving into the Garb stage now, this is where things get a little bit finicky. He's going to bind one of your random crewmates for 6 turns. So with the support of Rayleigh and Neko, we can remove that completely with sockets. And then what we want to do here is we want to switch with our Luffy Sanji just to guarantee us some more matching orbs. And then we want to use the Ace special. Now, Ace is going to give us a 1.75 times attack boost for 2 turns, which is great because it means we can carry that into the next stage against Borsalino and Sakazuki and not worry about that 1.1 times attack boost that they give us. On this particular stage as well, because Ace also boosts int characters, we can then switch with our Big Mom unit to guarantee an orb on her, and then we can use the super typing of our Odin unit to give him a base stat boost and to give him a 1 orb. He's also obviously going to make us super strength units, which is great. And then with the color affinity from Vivi, our free spirit units are going to be hitting a lot harder. So I'm going to start with Jinbei down the bottom and then move on to Dogstorm. Then we can hit with our Big Mom, finish off with Ace, hit off with our Luffy. And as you guys will see, we didn't even attack with our Kazuki Odin, so I really don't think that color affinity is necessary. So you could probably get a little bit more damage output on this particular team with like a stat booster on Ace. On the final stage against Borsalino and Sakazuki, they can't give us that attack buff, which is great. So, but they still can give us the 6 turns of attack down, which is very annoying. They also give us a full board of block orbs, and that is something to note as well. So what we want to do on the very first turn before we do anything else is use our Luffy Sanji special. Luffy Sanji is going to give us a full board of recovery orbs and give us a 2.5 times attack boost, as well as becoming a 5 times captain. And then we can use our Jinbei special. Jinbei is going to give us 2 times color affinity as our captain's strength, remove 3 turns of attack down, and then what the support of the Diamante is going to do is he's going to turn all of those recovery orbs into matching. Then we can use our Dogstorm special. Dogstorm's great to remove another 4 turns of attack down. He also makes the right side matching for us and gives attack against delay, but that's really not why he's here. The big reason why he's here is to remove attack down and to trigger Kazuki Odin's super typing. He fills that requirement. Then we can use our Big Mom special. Big Mom's going to give us a 3.5 times chain lock and 1,000 extra base stats, as we are well over 100k HP. Finally, we can finish off with our Kazuki Odin special. He's going to give us a full board of Wano orbs and give us matching orbs to our, an orb boost to our Slash's strength and Free Spirits. Now, when Big Mom's in her dual form, she's actually a slasher, so she's also getting this orb buff as well. So this team just synergizes very, very well. But as you guys will see here, literally just with hitting with Luffy Sanji, we're going to be doing well over the damage cap, 188 million just with the Luffy Sanji character. So as you guys see, like, this team has ridiculous amounts of damage output and is very, very safe in the 30 plus levels. The 6 turns of attack is fairly annoying to get around, but as you guys will see there, just utilizing Jinbei, giving that extra color affinity, as well as bringing Dogstorm to give the super typing for Kazuki Oden, just works really, really well at giving us extra buffs and removing the 6 turns of attack down. So the final variation is actually an INT variation. So for this particular variation, we are using a Luffy Sanji captain with a friend Goku. Once again, we just want to try and maximize the tickets. I think it's like a 2.47 times ticket growth multiplier if you do have 2 Sengokus and the Kobe. So trying to run them as much as possible is going to help out as much as you possibly can. Shout out to Chrissy for the support, the 1.1. Obviously, these numbers are going to be a little bit skewed because of that, but it is going to showcase to you guys that this team is still going to work for a little while and shouldn't have too many issues moving forward. So on the first turn, we are just going to blow our way through the totals. On this team, we are using the Treasure Map Jinbei. Hopefully, you guys farmed him up. He's very, very good. We do have the Treasure Map Vivi. She's amazing for this particular stage against Smoker. And then we've got the Sengokus and the Kobe unit once again. So against Smoker, he's going to give us 3 turns of Hunger Debuff and 5 turns of Chain Lock. This is where we can use our Vivi special. She's not only going to give us with her double special activation, she's not only going to give us a 2 times attack boost, but she's also going to remove the chain lock and guarantee us a meat orb. Now, we don't have to really worry about that meat orb too much, as we can guarantee it with Luffy Sanji, but still, she's just like the best way to get around this. If you don't have her, you can use the PvP Enel, but the fact that what's the name? Vivi is a cerebral as well, does help out for the Sengoku special, as we just used the friend Sengoku special, just to guarantee a little bit more damage, and then that way she gets the 5 times captain multiplier as well. On the final stage against, I didn't eat a meat orb. Whoops. I always forget about that hunger debuff and actually not eating the meat orbs, but that's okay. We'll be fine. So what we're going to do on this particular stage against Sakazuki and Akainu, they put up 4 turns of defense up. They give us 7 turns of paralysis and 5 turns special bind. This is where the Jinbei is amazing, because not only does he remove the special bind and the paralysis, he gives us a 2 times color affinity. Now, the downside to this particular setup is when we use the Kobe special to remove the defense up, we're actually going to get rid of the color affinity. But you could easily replace Kobe like later when it gets a little bit tricky with someone that doesn't obviously remove beneficial effects, like this Sai Invinkov would work great. Then we're going to use our Luffy Sanji special. We don't actually need to switch with Luffy Sanji with this particular team, as Vivi makes recovery orbs matching if your captain is Sai. And on our Luffy Sanji, we have the support of Red Leg Zeph. Red Leg Zeph's going to give our fighters a 1.5 times color affinity boost. And then finally, we can use our Sengoku. And once again, on the Sengoku unit, we have that Akainu showing his face once again, getting that 2.75 times chain lock. Now, with this team, as I mentioned, I forgot to remove that hunger debuff, so we are going to have to do that. But as you guys will see here, if we attack with the Sengokus, which have so much damage for this particular setup, that this team should easily do over 100 mil, as well as getting that sort of 2.6 or 2.47, whatever it is, multiplier for your tickets. As time goes on, obviously it can be updated. You can take Kobe off and keep the Sengokus. But roughly, this team should be looking at around the sort of 100 to 150 mil mark, and guaranteeing you guys a lot more tickets than just a high damage output team would do. And the final team of the video is against the INT variation, or the second team against the INT variation of Sakazuki and Borsalino, is utilizing Germa as our leader, as well as a friend Luffy Sanji. Now, there is a very big noticeable support on this particular team, and that is Koshiro on our Zoro and Sanji free-to-play treasure map unit. Now, that guy there, he's not really replaceable, unfortunately, as the Zoro and Sanji can give us a 2.25 times orb boost, and with the support of Koshiro, we can remove the defense up, as well as getting a 0.7 chain buff. Once again, shout out to Devil Crew, man. You out here in this video today, bro, making those appearances. So against on the first stage, we get all our specials cooldown, which is very, very handy. But what we actually want to do here is on the very first turn, we're going to use our Shanks Crew special. Now, the reason we're going to be utilizing our Shanks Crew special is so we can actually get the 3.5 times chain lock to carry into the next stage against the who we verse? I can't remember. Is it Smoker? Yeah, against Smoker. So Smoker normally gives us 5 turns of a chain lock, and he also gives us 3 turns of the Hunger debuff. Now, I did manage to find a Limit Break key friend Luffy Sanji, but obviously with the switchability of Luffy and Sanji, we can actually just get that last meat orb as our matching orb. Now, with this particular setup, we actually don't even need to use any other specials on the Smoker stage, as we have a 3.5 times chain lock to carry us into this particular stage. On the final stage, against the INT version of Sakazuki and Borsalino, they are going to... I honestly cannot even remember. I think we get we get the 7 turns of paralysis, we get 5 turns of special bind, and they put up the 4 turns of defense up. So this is where Treasure Map Jinbei is an absolute god, as not only he removes the special bind and the paralysis, he gives us 2 times color affinity for our entire team. Then we can use the Luffy Sanji special. That way we can give ourselves a 2.5 times attack boost to our entire team. Then we can use our Zoro and Sanji special for the orb buff, as well as using the support to remove the defense up and get the chain buff. Then we can use our Law special. Law's going to give us the chain lock and give us a full board of Psy orbs. The big reason that we're using Law here is we don't get his orb buff. Not that it matters, because we have 2 other orb boosts on this team, but we really just want his chain lock, as then we can use our Germa special. Germa's going to give us a full board of T&D orbs, and then we can use their super typing to get the chain multiplier. So you could honestly replace Zoro and Sanji with someone that does like defense up removal, like the Invinkov, but doing it with the Kashira support actually just gives that extra chain buff to the multiplier. And with the multiplier and the additional with Law's chain lock, we can just do stupid amounts of damage. Now, Luffy, Sanji, and Germa are both boosted, so they are going to be hitting a lot harder. So you do honestly want to like figure out your attack timing. So as things get a little bit harder, we're going to start with Sanji Zoro. We'll probably move on to Law, or Shanks crew, then Law, and then finish off with the Luffy, Sanji, and the Germa unit at the end. But just to give you guys an idea how much damage this team does, it does almost as much damage as that strength team does, but probably more, to be honest. So there you guys go. That was level 30 plus with some high ticket, high damage teams. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go down there and belt that like button for me. And if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that big red subscribe button too. And all for all you bloody legends that are already subscribers, consider becoming members today. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Lights!